Because of who you are, I give you glory. Because of who you are, I give you praise. Because of who you are, I will lift my voice and say, Lord, I worship you because of who you are. Lord, I worship you because of who you are. Hallelujah, hallelujah. God bless you, friends. Thank you this morning. Prayerfully, this video finds you quite well. Because of who He is, I worship Him. Not so much of what He could do for me, but just simply for who He is. He is God. He is sovereign. I worship the sovereign God. Oh, it brings me so much joy to come in His presence and just give the Father glory. Oh, it's just such a refreshing. Friend, today I want to talk about the heart. Yes, I normally come and talk about negative things and how to handle negative situations and how to handle challenges. But today, I want to come to you today and talk about something of a positive nature. On a positive note today, we're going to talk about the heart, right? 1 Samuel 16:7 says, that latter part of that verse, the Lord, the one that I just got finished worshiping, the Lord looks at the heart. Friend, let me tell you, many times we judge people based on their exterior and how they sound and how they look. But I made a video and we talked about this. I'm glad God doesn't see us like man, because God looks at the heart, but man judges us because he looks at our outward appearance. Oh my God, friend. But God looks at our heart. And I think when we're dealing with people, we need to ask God to give us a sense or try to see the person's heart that we're dealing with, right? Because many times people can have a hard exterior. They can be loud and rambunctious and they put up this wall. But if you pull back those layers, friend, that person actually has a good heart. Now, there's a reason in many cases why people act out and they project this hard image, and I did a video, Fear God Impressed. You might need to check that out. It tells you why people do the things they do, and it's probably because of fear. But if you know what I'm talking about, go check that video out. But God looks at the heart. And I want to talk about 4 signs of a good-hearted person. Yes, you might be this person, or you might know of someone that always has a good heart, and you might mistaken them for being weak and you letting people push over you. Not everybody, everybody is not a pushover because they're nice. People just have a good heart. I know me, I'm a nice person. I feel like I'm a good-hearted person, but I know when to say no. I know when to get you up off me, but I have a good heart. Just don't cross me wrong, right? And that's probably the same with you. Have you ever known these people? They'll do anything in the world for you, bend over backwards for you, right? But just don't cross them wrong. We're going to talk about that. The first sign of a good-hearted person. This might be you, or it might be somebody you know. So I want you to share this video with someone, right? The first sign of a good-hearted person is that individual is easy to forgive. Yes, no matter what anybody does to this individual, what they say to this individual. Y'all know sometimes we hold on to things for weeks and weeks, and in some instances people hold on to things for years. I know people that hold on to a grudge for 20 years. But this person here, you can have an argument with them and you can say something out the way. The next 5 minutes they go on like nothing didn't happen. Or if you come to them and ask for forgiveness, they're so easy to forgive you. Now, I remember reading this book a couple years ago. It's called The Devil. It was probably about 7, 8 years ago. The Devil in Pew Number 7. And one of the characters in the book, it's a true story, was actually on the Dr. Phil show. And she shared her story or her testimony. And that's what prompted me to buy the book. But to make a long story short, it was the truest sense of forgiveness that I've ever seen, right along with the book of Philemon there, when Paul was telling Onesimus, talking to Onesimus about forgiveness. But anyway, this kind of reminded me of the situation that I'm telling you about. Kind of remind me of that story in the Bible. Well, this lady came on Dr. Phil's show, and she began to share her testimony about how, to make a long story short, how this man killed her whole family, her mother, her father, and I think it was just killed their parents, and it was her and the brother left. Well, the brother and the sister came on Dr. Phil. The brother had a hard time. I don't know if he actually completely forgave the man, but the lady, she actually forgave the man for killing her parents. She was face to face. The man was in prison for so many years. She was a little girl. I think she was 7 years old at the time. And on the Dr. Phil show a few years ago, I think she was 43. So all those years had gone by. She wanted to meet the man that killed her parents and look this man in the face. Good God, have mercy, y'all. Ooh, I feel the power of God right now while I'm talking about it. Looked him in his face, y'all, and said, I forgive you. Ooh, do you think we have a right to hold grudges after that powerful story, friend? I know people have done things to us. I know they have. But we got to forgive. And it's harder for some. But a good-hearted person will forgive. That was a good-hearted woman. Yes. She realized, I can't go in my life holding grudges. All it's going to do is weigh me down. It's an unfortunate situation. I lost the most important people in my life, but holding on to grudges is not going to bring them back, And I'm not trying to be insensitive. I know that's a terrible thing, but we got to forgive so we can go on with our life. So she forgave one of the worst crimes that could ever happen to someone, and this person forgave. And somebody can steal $1 from us and we'll hold on to, we'll hold a grudge for dear life. All right. Sign number 2. You don't let anger drive your actions. Yes. Just because you're mad at somebody and somebody make you mad, you don't let that anger, or if that person make you mad, cause you to act a certain way, right? And I remember people in my circle can just get on my nerves so bad. They can make me so angry. But guess what? If they hungry, I'll still feed them. That's a good-hearted person. If they need something, if they run out of gas, they need money for gas to go to work, here's 20 to hold you over. Yeah, you got on my nerves, but here. That's a good-hearted person. Do y'all know somebody like that? Sometimes your children can get on your nerves so bad, but you still love them. You still feed them. You still provide a place for them. You still buy them clothing and different things like that. That's how it is with people in the world. With this person here that has a good heart, they can be mistreated and be talked down to, and then you notice the next the next minute or so they're doing things for them. That's a good-hearted person. Number 3, that person is always willing to meet a need. This is how you know that this person is a good-hearted person. Have you ever been in a store, maybe somebody was short 50 cents or maybe $1, and the person behind them say, here, I got you. Here, no problem. Here, take this here. Or you driving down the highways and this person always letting you in front of them, when you're trying to pull. Because y'all know nowadays on the highways, people drive crazy, bogarting and getting in front of you and speeding up. They won't let you in, but every now and then you'll run across that good-hearted person that'll just stop and let you in front of them. You in traffic, you trying to get over, and they'll just stop and say, go ahead. Oh my God. Or if you in line or something and they'll just say, hey, go ahead, get in front of me. That's a good-hearted person. Yes. It's not that they're pushovers. It's not that they let other people take advantage. They're just good-hearted people. Right. Just good-hearted people. And number 4, they always put others first. And that kind of goes with number 3, I guess. Denying themselves, always putting others first. If you need something, I give you my last. Yeah, that's what a good-hearted person does. And we always look at that person as maybe other people taking advantage of this other person, when in actuality, this person has a good heart. Yes, people are out there and they will try to capitalize on people with a good heart, and they will try to take advantage. And that does happen from time to time. But I trust you, the people that I'm talking to, if you have a good heart, I believe, like Pastor Nate, you know when to say no. You know when there's a person who is deceptive and manipulative coming your way. You know how to handle that person. You know when to say back off, or not today, or no. You don't just keep giving and letting people use and abuse you. And I think a person with a good heart, I think we can fall into that when we first start out. I think people take advantage of us because we're naive to the world, right? We're gullible. But once we learn those lessons, don't let that stop making you have a good heart. You just have a good heart with wisdom now. Now you know when to say no. You can't say yes to everybody, although you have a good heart. But you know the game, so to speak. You know when people trying to run game on you. So friend, don't let society feel like you're a pushover because you got a good heart. You know, God is in your heart. That's what that is. You're just displaying the love of Christ. And I would encourage you to continue to do that. But just use wisdom. And what I mean by wisdom is the scripture say, guard your heart. Yes, you have a good heart, but you also have to guard it and protect it too. So people won't take advantage of you. So people won't use you and abuse you. Protect yourself. And I think you know how to handle yourself. Friend, thank you for listening. Thank you for visiting the channel. And in the meantime, in between time, continue to have a good heart. Continue to display the fruits of the Spirit. Yes. And be at peace and not in pieces. Till next time, my friend.